Greetings and welcome to another edition of NBA Weekly. I am your host Nathan Lyle, and here's what's been going on over the weekend. The Miami Heat have now won 14 in a row, and I'm not gonna put money on it, but who's here is willing to bet that, especially with the way LeBron's played lately, that they might be able to pass the Clippers' winning streak. I mean, who knows? Stranger things have happened. I didn't think they'd win 14 in a row to begin with. I mean, they're 3 away from tying the season high 17 straight. Could they beat it? Who knows? I'm gonna say 23, just because I can. Will they do it? Who knows? They haven't had a necessarily easy schedule to get here, but either they're gonna get 23 or they're gonna get a letdown and stop at 14. Who knows? Either way, they've won 14 in a row. The Nuggets have won 4 in a row. Phoenix and Milwaukee have won 3 in a row. There are not a lot of winning streaks here, mostly because now all of the better teams have started playing each other. Like I said, because the Clippers, they had a winning streak, but then they lost to the Thunder. The Grizzlies had a long winning streak before they lost to the Heat. So yeah, playoffs are getting closer, and it's starting to fill that atmosphere. The Bobcats, meanwhile, they've lost 6 in a row. The Timberwolves have lost 5 in a row. The Warriors and Raptors have lost 3 in a row. And the Orlando Magic have now lost... No, the Warriors and Raptors have lost 4 in a row. And the Orlando Magic have lost 3 in a row. And milestones, I'm not going to do as much as I used to. Just going to point out a few big ones. These are the ones that really stuck out to me this week. Kevin Garnett is 11 career rebounds behind Wes Unseld for 10th place on the all-time list. Tim Duncan has now passed Buck Williams for 14th place on the all-time list and is now 72 career rebounds behind Shaq. Shawn Marion is 34 behind Vlade Divac for 42nd all-time, and Dirk Nowitzki is 44 behind Larry Bird for 46th all-time. And Tim Duncan has become just the 8th player in NBA history with 2,600 career blocks. Kevin Garnett is 71 points behind Jerry West for 15th place on the all-time list, and Paul Pierce is 87 behind Charles Barkley for 20th on the all-time list. That's all I'm going to talk about for milestones, but there are others. I just didn't feel like talking about them. Anyways, a few games I'm looking forward to this week. On Monday and Tuesday, there are actually a total of 10 games. 7 on Monday, 3 on Tuesday, and honestly, only one of them seems even mildly interesting, and that's on Tuesday. It's the Lakers at the Thunder, and the only reason I want to talk about this is because I hope the Lakers get their asses kicked, because suddenly they're back at 500, and everyone's talking about championships again. Have they ever actually been over 500 this year? I know they've been at 500 before, but then they lost like 10 in a row after that. Anyway, Lakers at Thunder. Lakers are edging closer to a playoff berth, but the Thunder, they really aren't going to give up a win that easily. And then on Wednesday, you've got a full slate of games. Here are the ones that really stick out to me. You got the Rockets at the Mavericks. The final meeting between these two teams from the same state, they both have playoffs potentially on the line. And, Houston on Sunday, they finally beat the Mavericks for the first time this season, dominated. Chandler Parsons, woo! And Houston, though, Dallas still has a chance, especially since they've dominated Houston, and Houston has been a poor team on the road. So Dallas still has a chance at playoffs. Houston still has a chance at missing out. This could be... Dallas could potentially sneak in. Houston could potentially fall out at the last second. So it's not set in stone yet. So this could be a fun matchup to watch, because you never know. They could both end up being in there with the 7th and 8th seed. You really can't tell right now. And then later in the day, you've got the Bulls at the Spurs. The Spurs have now received some bad news. Tony Parker is expected to miss about a month. And so now you've got two franchises playing without their star point guard, having to rely on defense and great play from the forward position. But the Spurs, they got a fantastic win the last time they played the Bulls. and that was without Tony, without Manu, and without Tim. I think they're probably going to be fine here. And then on Thursday, you've got the Thunder at the Knicks, the first of only 2 meetings between these teams that they've each been at or near the top of their respective conference all season. And then you've got the Clippers at the Nuggets, the third and final meeting between these two teams. And so far the series is split with the home team winning each time. And speaking of the Denver Nuggets, I bet you didn't realize that they did their own version of their Harlem Shake. Yep, the Denver Nuggets have their own Harlem Shake video, and no one cares because they're not the Miami Heat. Disappointing, Internet. Disappointed in you.